Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly.
Oh,
Jacques,
oh,
what's up, folks? What is good? What is happening? Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is your way. We want to say, hey, welcome to the show, folks, for our live chop up. We were going to go a bit early. We had to do some family things real quick, man. But hey, we're here. We absolutely got to talk about this new hire, man, with Brian Callahan. Who we got? We got anybody in the comments yet, Jacques?
well, Jakeon, man, he been here since yesterday. So shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
Jakeon, man. Shout out to you, brother. Lion King 81. What up,
That's my
brother?
boy Lion
Toya's in the
King. What
building.
up?
JB is in the building.
Toya
They're gonna
P.
they gonna come in steadily. I know, like you said, we had to push the show back. So
Yep.
I'm just anticipating here. They come. I knew it. I knew it. The
Yep.
gates open. What up,
What's up?
Blaze? He
What up,
said, here,
Blaze?
guys.
What's
Hey,
good?
thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for your attendance, my brother.
Yes,
LG
sir.
in the building. What's cracking with you, brother?
What's up, LG?
Tyrell.
What's good?
What is up, Sherrod? What is cracking with you, man?
What's up? What's good?
Let's see. He says, "Tighten up, fellas. Tighten up."
Tighten up. Tighten
We
up.
got Jason.
What up, Jason?
Salute,
What's up, bro?
salute. We
Jason
got
Marable in the
Rodney.
building.
Rodney in the B. Rodney in the building.
Rodney
What up,
G.
Rodney? Got Titan
Rodney
South.
G.
What's
Titan
good? What's
South.
good?
What
What's
up?
good,
What's good, man? What's up, y'all? What's up?
man? It's been a
All
minute
right.
since we done a live chop up. So
Yep. Yep.
King
Yep.
Isaac, what up, brother?
What up? King Isaac in the
Keisha,
building. What's up?
excited to see Levis. Yes, we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Keisha Bible. What's good? All right. Well, Jacques, we're here. We talked a lot about, the different candidates that we were looking at, man. And, what I'm saying, as far as, looking at it to be the coach for the Tennessee Titans. As you all know, again, Mike Vrabel, the former coach, was here. These are some of the coaches we had, were being looked at as far as that is concerned. Let me move this off here. Brian Callahan's name was on there. These were the favorites. These were the names that we just kept hearing about. And the Titans, man, hey, they ended up making the decision. And we have hired Brian Callahan, the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, he looked just like his daddy. The offensive
Sure,
coordinator
do
for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. So, Jacques, let's get
sir.
rocking, bro. So, first off, I want to ask you, how do you feel about us hiring Brian Callahan? And for what you know right now, as of January 23rd, today, was this a good hire?
Okay. So to first answer your question of how I feel, um, it's exciting. It's exciting. You have a lot of uncertainty when it comes to new things, but when we get into his resume, you'll see why it's exciting and what direction that we're looking at going. I heard they did not let this man leave the building, so I already know how they feel. And then his success rate from what he's been able to do at Cincinnati and other teams that he's worked with, and we mentioned his dad too. Pedigree is pretty solid as well. So I'm excited to see where the direction goes with this and everything from that standpoint. And then you also asked, what was the second question?
Was this the correct
Was it
hire?
correct hire? So, yes, it was the correct hire. Now, again, for the last couple of years, we've been going. I mean, it's been a mix. You've had offensive defense, but of late, we've seen the defense route, right, with Mike Vrabel. He's the defensive guy. Now we get to see how the new NFL functions with a offensive minded coach, right? We focused our attention on defense. Now we get to focus our attention on offense, and we get to grow with the NFL like every other team is doing now. So, yes, this was the correct hire. Even if we would have hired a defensive coach, I wouldn't have been excited, but I would have been curious to see how he would have set his staff up. But this is the correct hire, yes, because you need to go in a different direction. You need to figure this thing out. You have a young quarterback, a young offense, and you're trying to build something up to where we are competing with the Kansas City Chiefs. We're competing with the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens. We need to start competing with those teams. And now we hopefully, let me say, hopefully, we have the correct coach to come in and get the culture right, get the players to where they are coachable, and you can get them to a point where they are functionable, because you know how the offensive line, they can't even function with two left feet, let alone two right feet. And how's the coaching staff, right? How he's going to elevate and how he's going to use analytics. So, man, it's the correct hire, and I'm excited. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper, Jacques. Um, You said a lot there, bro, and a lot. It was a lot of good smoke there for sure, man. This is what I say when, as far as my initial thoughts of it, is the fact that I know we've talked about a type of coach that we can hire here, and what's so crazy about Callahan is he was the longest standing offensive coordinator on his team of all the coaches. There's been offensive coordinator changes every year since 2022. He was the last one. So every year, every team has changed their offensive coordinator over the last 2 years. That's insane, right? It just tells you the turnover of coaches and things every year by every team, right? So my initial thought was like, okay, all right, okay. So did some more research on him. Looking at the fact of how many years he's been in the league. I remember his father, saying his dad is the offensive line coach. Bill, he looks just like his daddy. Bill Callahan for the Cleveland Browns. As you know, Cleveland Browns arguably have the best offensive line group in the league. Even with all their injuries, they still came up to play strong. So when I look at Brian Callahan, my initial thought was like, okay, we got a guy that's been around the league for years. You know what I'm saying? He's been with the Broncos, he's been with the Detroit Lions, he's been with the Raiders, he's been with Cincinnati since 2019. And Cincinnati's offense has been great under his tutelage. Now, I know Zach Taylor has called a lot of those plays, and that's my understanding. But the OC, he was the OC for the Cincinnati Bengals. And even when Cincinnati wasn't good, they still had a really good offense. So that's what I was looking at. I wanted somebody that had an inquisitive mind on offense, that's been around, that has clout. He has this. He has good pedigree with his father. He has other family members that are in coaching. Callahan knows football. He grew up around football. That's what he knows. And when you look at Cincinnati's offense, you look at an offense that's dynamic. And I'm hoping to bring that type of offense here. Do I think it's the right hire? Absolutely. This is the interesting part. When he went in there, man, he did his second interview. On Twitter, they even said, Rand was like, nah, bro. Hey, man. Hey, I done cooked. I got the pot stirred up. It's baked. Everything's baked in the oven. You ain't going nowhere, bro. We got you right here, right? They hired him quickly because I felt that if he was to go, somebody else would have picked him up. Yes, there are other coaches out there. I know a lot of people are talking about Ben Johnson and those things. But, Ben Johnson's only been an OC for 1 year, right? What he's doing is amazing for Detroit. I'm like, wow, like that Detroit game in Tampa, it was good play by both offensive coordinators, even for Tampa. But I clearly see Ben Johnson has it, right? He has that it factor. But it's different to be a head coach. That's why I like about Callahan, the experience he has. When you're a good OC, that doesn't mean you're going to be a good head coach. Just because you're a good DC, it doesn't matter. Do you have the ability to run a team? Zach Taylor is even saying, hey, you guys made the right hire. This is coming from the Cincinnati Bengals coach who has owned us over the last few years, except this past year. He even said, this is a great hire. I hate to see him go. This was a great hire. So me hearing that, just like we hear about Rand, when I hear the references talk well about you, that means a lot. That means a whole lot. So Brian Callahan, hey, bro, welcome. Welcome to Nashville, bro. Welcome to Nashville, dude. Welcome, Coach Callahan. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing, man. For real. Yep. So yeah, man. So we got 40 people in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Hey, in here, bro. So real quick, Max Titan, he says the national media is bashing us. They are clueless about us. So how you shut the national media up is you just win and just that's the only thing. Build your staff up, ignore the noise, and let's just see what we got, right? Because the national media is always going to be the national media until they can't be the national. I like Keyshawn Johnson because I've heard what Keyshawn Johnson is. I don't know if he has a vendetta against the Titans. Dude can't stand us. Anything that we do positive, he still tries to knock it down. So at the end of the day, the national media is going to be the national media. When we get consistent to the point where we're competing with the bigger teams, then that's how you shut them up. So it's just prove them wrong. That's the only thing you got to do. Like Rand just did. Because I know a lot of people bashing Rand too. And I'll be honest with you, I believe people owe Rand an apology. A lot of local media.
Facts.
Just straight 100, man. I just think they owe that man an apology. People are not giving him a chance to, like you said, cook. Let the man cook. He know what he's doing. And also, I'll go back to your point. I think he values the experience that Callahan has as well. Like you said, it was facts on paper. Ben Johnson has only been a OC for 1 year. I think that's where you see these OCs fail. They've only been 1 year instead of 2 to 3 years to get that experience. Now Callahan has been there the longest, and he just understands the business side of everything as well.
Yep. Yep. For sure, man. For sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do, y'all, we're gonna actually open it up, man, for the live chop up, man. We want to take your questions, in particular, especially if you throw those Brian Callahan questions and the future of the team. We gonna answer those for sure. And you know for a fact, if you throw a super chat, that supersedes any question that we have on here. So we're gonna give you all a chance to go to the table, man. Chop up the ingredients, take a seat at the dinner table, throw your questions. Let's get it.
Ricky Jenkins in the building. He with our first question. Are we winning this year? Oh, are we winning this year? I mean, I know it's a lot of
Yeah,
excitement
right.
circling the higher and everything.
Yeah. We don't know what the roster is going to look like. So I
Right.
for what we have now, no. You know what I mean? No, it's going to take time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the thing that we do have salary cap money. We got money. You know, we
Yep.
have enough to where we could bring a T Higgins from the Cincinnati Bengals, T Higgins for sure, and maybe even somebody else. Right? We have enough
Right.
salary for that. And a lot of times you might not win it that first year. It takes time to get used to things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say no. What about you, Jacques?
I agree. I mean, again, we don't know. You mean, think about it. We're in a rebuild. Okay, this is call it what it is. We're in a rebuild with some money and some a good draft position at 7. Right now, we don't know where Callahan gonna go. Right, we know the Bengals' philosophy is they value skill over inside any day. Right, they tried to fix the offensive line, but they went with Jamar Chase. How do we know coming into the draft we don't go with Malik Neighbors, right? Versus Joe Alt. You know what I'm saying? So we
Yep.
don't know the philosophy yet. We won't know the philosophy until he does his first press conference and the local media will try to pull it out of him, and we'll see how he answers. He seems like he's a very analytical dude. So him and Rand, when I hear analytics from both of them, that's going to play a huge part in what they draft and how they go doing things going forward. From the winning piece, I don't I don't foresee it until we build the roster. If once I see the roster built, we still got time. We still have to build it. So it's going to take time, but it's not going to take long. I'll say that. I will say that.
Yeah.
NFL is different these days. It doesn't take long to get back on your
No,
horse, right? You
it
get knocked
doesn't at
down.
all.
Yeah, you get the right pieces in here, and they
Yeah.
gel right, and you good. You good.
I think a big
T-
part of that is the fact that I don't think the NFL is that good of teams. There's
I
no
agree.
dominant teams in the league. There's not.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you add a few pieces here and there, your team could go from here to here. Ask Houston, right?
Fast. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Super
Yep.
fast. Tyler Lockett says, "What the OC and DC you think he'll bring?" So what I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hawk, because I think I've heard this. I think he's going to call the plays. I'm thinking that he's going to call the plays, but there's a caveat to it. The guy that they interviewed, that's the OC for the Panthers. What's his name,
Yep.
Hawk?
Uh ah, I forgot. I had to check. If somebody else can look at it, that'll be fine. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
so what I'm hearing, and shout out to Buck Rising on this, they're reporting that he's contemplating on bringing him in as like an offensive something to how he was in Cincinnati.
Thank you,
Thomas
Kobe.
Brown. Yep.
Thomas Brown.
Thomas
Thank you.
Brown. Thomas
Thank you.
Brown. Thank you, Kobe. Yes, Thomas Brown. So I'm hearing little inklings that Thomas Brown might slide through and help with the offensive play calling, which Thomas Brown is he's solid, actually. A lot of people look at the Panther job and be like, nah, just don't look at that. His resume is solid as well. So I'm thinking that the OC, the DC is the interesting one. And then the guy from Stanford. What's the coach from Stanford? Um, he's
Um,
slipping my mind too.
yeah.
Um,
David something, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
David Shaw, not David
Yes,
Shaw.
Shaw. That's correct.
Yeah,
That's right.
yes, he. I heard they might be looking at him too. So I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing either one of them in. But I've heard it's a lot of speculation going around, so we don't know yet. I know he said he's trying to poach his dad from Cleveland to coach the offensive lineman. If we do that, our offensive line should go from here to here, bro. Because I mean, that man is amazing when it comes to
Yep.
coaching
Yep.
offensive linemen.
Right.
DC is the interesting one. How do you see anybody that you would want to bring in as a DC, or have you heard anything? Or
Man, I've heard of a few names. You know, I've heard people talk about the Buffalo Bills uh, coordinator there. They're talking about him, maybe wanting to leave Buffalo. To your point about the OC, I think that's a good thing about bringing in Callahan is if he brings his dad, that's a double. That's 2 for 1, right? If he brings his
right,
dad there, that's going to be huge for us for the OC. But shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way, too. New folks coming in. Um, you know, I even think, Ron Rivera could be somebody that could be of interest. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would.
Ron
Yeah.
Rivera. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ron Rivera would be, be Bill Belichick as a DC. But I mean, guys that were former head coaches that might not have that head coaching job down pat, where they can't,
Right.
coach a whole group, but they can coach a specific amount of people. That could be a strength for them. You know what I'm saying? So I would
Hmm.
like that. And the thing is, he might bring in coaches that have no pretty much connection to him or a relationship with him, and that could
Hmm.
could be good, bad, or whatever. We're not sure. So I don't know who else he would bring that's been under his circle, but it's man, it could be anybody, man. We'll see. So
Yeah.
yep,
Ron Rivera. I wouldn't mind bringing him in either. He's pretty solid. The Pete Carroll's kind of old, so I was like, Pete Carroll come in and try to do defense, but he
yeah,
wants to coach head coaching. He wants a head coaching job. So it's offense. I think everybody's focus is on that, but I'm interested to see the defensive coordinator and who he's contemplating on bringing. He might bring somebody from Cincinnati. We don't know. Mike
yeah,
Munchak. I can see Mike Munchak wants to return.
yep,
I did hear that. That which would be a perfect
absolutely,
marriage, man. You talking about
it
man?
would
That'd be a
be,
perfect man. Let
it
him
would
come
be,
back. Again, and then
it
Thomas.
would be.
Thomas Brown. I think he has a connection to Will Levis via Kentucky
He does.
somehow. What?
He
Okay.
does. Yes,
Yes.
he does.
Yep.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He does have a
Boy,
connection to Will Levis in Kentucky.
I don't even think I want Vrabel coaching defense. That's funny. Can anyone explain why we want a running backs coach Brown and a fair OC to be our OC? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Um, you talking about
Yeah,
Thomas
Randall's.
Brown?
Yeah, Thomas Brown. Randall, I have those same concerns. I do. And
Yeah.
Carolina, here's the thing that scares me about that, right? Carolina had the same problem that we had on offense. A terrible offensive line. Okay. So Bryce Young, in a way, I think Bryce Young is a pretty good quarterback. We just didn't see it a lot because his O line stunk, right? And his receivers were terrible. Kind of reminds you of the Titans in a way, right? But
Hmm.
that's my concern too, as to why, right? But he's coached a lot of good running backs in Carolina. You think about McCaffrey, you think about even Deontay Foreman. Like he's had some guys back there, running the ball despite the fact that they've had struggles. But I keep hearing that he's really good. They just had a bad football team. So that
Hmm.
remains me. I'm not jumping up and down on Brown quite yet, just to be honest. For the
Right,
OC.
right, right. And again, there's a saying that Brian's going to call the plays, but again, it's a lot of speculation that's coming into play with that. But what I've
Yep.
heard is that a lot of people in the league like him. He's respected as well. So that's another thing that I keep hearing about a lot of these guys. They're respected, like you said, around the league. They're respected. They respect it. So
Yep.
let's see.
Yep.
LG got a question. He says, one, are you guys at peace with Derrick Henry leaving? Is it officially over? Two, did you watch Henry's interview with Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and what did you think? So, one, how are you at peace with Derek leaving?
Um, I would. That's why I got on the Derrick Henry jersey right now. I would prefer him to stay. I think anything it's on Coach Callahan. It's what type of offense does he want to run? Right? Does he want to have a big running back there on certain plays? Maybe not to be the main back or whatever. If he leaves, shout out to Stanley Wilson, man. I gotta trust the process. Hey, Stanley, we was on that Buffalo Fanatics show. Them Buffalo Bills fans was hot. Woo! I'm gonna say I'd be at peace. I'd hate to see him leave. I would, but what's next? So if you do that, okay, what you bringing in? My preference is for him to keep him here, but right now I'm kind of with whatever the Titans want to do. We haven't won in a while. Let's just see what happens. We did see the interview on Bussin' with the Boys, Jacques. So Derrick Henry said a lot, man. He said a lot. And he was just saying how they had dogs in the past. And, he was just saying how, like, just things are different. So what happens, man, is a change of the guard. You start seeing younger players and you start seeing guys that you got in with. That's the normal thing of business, right? That's just what happens. So you're not going to see those same guys every year. The NFL is different every single season. So I understand his concern. I do. And I understand him probably thinking about wanting to be gone. I get that. He wants to win a Super Bowl. Who think about Derrick Henry with the Ravens, the Chiefs, who need running backs, even Buffalo. That would have been big for them. But Buffalo couldn't run the ball. So those are my thoughts. What about you, Jacques?
I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it. I understand, like you said, at the end of the day, it's a business, and he did iterate. He wants a Super Bowl, and I understand. He's put in the work. He's put in the time. He's well respected. So, I mean, it'll take him a minute to get the Super Bowl that he will want here. Um, and I do think it is over. It is officially over. I did watch Bussin' with the Boys, and he said a lot of interesting stuff, especially about that window of when they were good and how he voiced concern of why do we keep letting this player go on? Why do we keep letting that player go? Especially with Conklin. And when he brought that up, that really kind of ticked me off again because I'm like, we could have kept Conklin and we wouldn't have had this right tackle issue, right? It's a lot of little ifs and ands and buts, but yes, it was a great interview. And he talked about the trades that he was close to getting traded. It was two AFC teams, so that was interesting amongst itself. So just to hear him and how he's talking again, I think he's gone, man. It it kind of is what it is. We kind of need some fresh air in here, if that makes sense. And then he also talked about, like you said, how when you have new people come in the building, new energy comes in, right?
Yeah.
New things come in. All that old energy is gone. So he was talking about Byard too and how Byard even iterated as well. So yeah, man, I hate it, but it sucks, man. So
I have a
THC,
question. I have a question real quick before we answer this
go
one.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
Those
ahead.
in the chat, how excited are you 1 through 10 that we have Brian Callahan as our coach? We want to flip that question to you all. Throw those numbers out there. I want to see
Yeah,
how
that's pretty
excited
fun.
you are as him being our coach. All right, what do we got, Jacques?
All right, THC says, do you guys think if both tackles are gone, we will trade down for draft capital and draft a wide receiver, possibly neighbors still falls to us? What you think, Hop?
I, for some reason, think, man, because the teams ahead of us need quarterbacks,
Mhm.
I actually think one of the tackles will actually be there. I've been more confident in that of late. But just to say if they're gone, um, Neighbors won't be there. So I don't if we trade it down, we can only trade down maybe one extra pick to get Neighbors. Neighbors will probably be gone in probably within the first 10 picks, especially if he
Right.
runs a crazy 40, right? He'll be drafted
Yeah.
early. So
Yep.
if we do trade, if the tackles are both gone and we trade down for draft capital, I'm fine with that because we need more picks, especially in the
Yep.
middle, like the second and third round. We need more picks. So if we trade down, maybe 2, 3 more picks just down from 7 to 9, and we can gain an extra pick in the second round, I'd be fine with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you could get there's going to be other offensive linemen in the second round. Maybe get like an
Mm-hmm.
Adonai Mitchell from Texas. Shout out to Brett Mabb. We talked about that the other day. You know, somebody like that in the second round. You know what I mean? So what about
Right.
you, Jacques?
I mean, if need be, I would say do it to trade down and get capital. Neighbors is like you said, it depends on his 40, man. If that Joe go out there and run a 4.3, bro, that's a wrap. It'll be Marvin Harrison Jr. and then Neighbors, right?
Yeah,
And then two, with that being said, we don't know what Callahan's vision is. Again, he comes from Cincinnati, man, where they value skill over interior. And it's the weirdest thing, right? I mean, of course, they beat us. You know what I'm saying? They beat us in the what you call game, in the playoff game. So, and we had 9 sacks. We had 9 freaking sacks, but those skill positions got us. So I
yeah,
don't know his philosophy. I don't know how he thinks. It's the smart thing to do is to get a left tackle and see what he does. But we'll see how that position values. But I would like to see us, if we trade down, get you at least another second or third, preferably it might be a third. Get your third round pick. You can get 2 value players in the third round. Like you said, you can damn near get a nice tackle in the second round and just keep it pushing if you can find somebody in the first round. The kid from Washington, if he fits your scheme, do it, right?
that's right. That's right.
Especially if T Higgins, I'm not saying it'll happen, but if they don't franchise tag him, you need to add to the stable anyway, right?
Yep,
Just
yep,
saying.
yep.
So,
We got
so the answer.
we got
So
some. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jacques. My bad.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
No, I was gonna say we have people that got them numbers up out there.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was just about to get to, bro. Let's see. Jay says he's at an 8.
Okay.
Key West is at a 10.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see. Blaze is at a 9.
All
Eric's at
right.
an 8. Sherrod is at a 7.
That's a good answer,
El-
Sherrod. I want to see the staff. Yeah.
yeah, man, that's my biggest thing. I want to see the staff. I'm cool with the coach, but my biggest thing is the staff, bro.
Yep.
9, 7 for Brian. What up, Big
Okay.
Grown? What up
What up?
with you,
What up?
brother? uh
Young Solomon.
Solomon
What's
with a
up?
9. Scooter with a 7 because of his
7.
experience and unknown staff. I'm telling you,
Okay,
staff
good
is
good
playing
call
a
outs.
it's playing a big thing. Cat Nelson, I like the cat. With a
Yep.
9. Let's
9.
see here. Ooh, okay. Ooh, cool. Hold on. 3. Oh, okay. I'm like, what you talking about? MB with a 6. Ooh, MB, explain why you give it a 6. I just want some context behind it. That's an
That's
interesting
cool.
number.
That's cool.
7.5. Tighten South.
7.5.
Why you
Okay,
give it a
tight south.
7.5?
Okay. All right.
And Kobe with an 8. Okay. So I and Randall with a Williamson with a 7.5. I agree. We learned from Vrabel, and the coach is only as good as his staff. I believe that's where I'm at with it as well. I'm excited, but I'm cautious. I'm excitedly cautious because of the staff scenario.
Right. Right.
How do you feel about that, Hawk?
Yeah, same for me too, man. And you know, I'm going to, looking at his staff, yes, I think that's going to be extremely important because, looking at Mike Vrabel's staff over the past several years has been very questionable. And in a lot of ways. And we've had, two different OCs and DCs over the last few years ourselves, right? And
Right.
and bringing in the staff, can we develop these guys? We still have a lot of young, unproven guys on our football team, even a few young veterans that are unproven. So bringing in this staff, what are you going to do with the guys that we're going to already have, and who are you going to bring in? So on top of
Right.
staff for me, what type of talent are you going to bring in? What is
Mhm.
his relationship going to be with Rand Carthon and bringing in talent to the team? I think that's a big part of it as well too in ranking where Callahan is. So I'm gonna say a 7.5 myself. I think 7.5 is a
Okay.
strong number. We see
Okay.
things improve as far as staff, like, this is a good pick. And we're just looking on paper. What I mean is,
Mhm.
we can bring in good staff. Still doesn't mean it's gonna work. We might pick up guys we have no idea about, and they be the best ever. Somebody's got to start great somewhere. You don't start off great off top, right? So give these
Right.
young folks an opportunity and work from there. So we'll see. We'll see, man.
These
Love the numbers, by
our,
the way.
our folks are smart, man. They're very smart because instead of looking at it from an excitement standpoint, you think about it. The staff is very important. And again, you never thought about the staff situation until Vrabel. Like Vrabel really brought that out in these years that he was here. So and again, Damon, you're correct. It's he's been in the league for so long. He's been around winning. You think about it, his dad coach, right? His dad beat us.
Yep.
When he was with the Raiders, he beat us. Okay,
Yep.
he beat
Since
us.
2010. He's been a coach since
He
2010.
Yep, he freaking his daddy beat us. I'm like, damn, his daddy beat us. And then I think he was on the coaching staff with Peyton Manning when he was in Denver.
He was when they won the Super Bowl. Yep.
Yep.
Super Bowl 50. Yep.
Uh,
Denver
yep.
Broncos. Yep.
Yep. It's Detroit when he was with Matt Stafford. So he's
Yep.
been around. He understands. He understands. Now he gets to build his own. And I think that's
Yep.
what I think he's more excited about. I know he's
That's
with David Carr, and we see how that turned out, right? So,
yep.
again, we'll see. We'll see. But um,
He's had some good quarterbacks from Peyton Manning, Matt
yes, he
Stafford,
has.
Joe
Mhm.
Burrow. That's a
Yep.
that's a
Only,
pretty good. That's
only one I
pretty good
question is
team.
Carr.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the only
Yep.
weakest one he's had out there. And Carr's made a nice career for himself. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pey-
Yeah.
Peyton Manning for the OC. Huh.
Mm.
Would he be
I
a
hadn't
good
heard
coach?
that. I don't know if that's just. Yeah.
Nah, he just talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wishful thinking. Yeah, it's a great. I mean, throw it out there. You know what I mean? And I agree with this. We just Luke. What up, Luke? He says we just need a good DC. I agree. I think that's where people are not concentrating on that side of the ball because they're excited about the offensive side of the
Mhm.
ball.
Right. Right.
But I'm curious about that too. I'm like, who is your defensive coordinator? Do
Yep.
you understand? 'Cause that's the difference. Are you a balanced offensive coordinator, an offensive minded person, or are you one of those offensive guys where you just strictly think about offense and then the defense just comes in the afterburner? Look at
You,
the Eagles, right?
yep. Yep.
Hey,
Now
we got
you
a
you
super.
do know the Chicago Bears are interviewing Terrell Williams from us to be the DC.
Oh, shout
Yep.
out to Terrell, man.
Yep.
Shout out to
And then
him.
we're supposed to be interviewing Dan Quinn.
That'd be pretty good. But would he leave Dallas to come here
Yeah.
as a
They pay him
DC?
good. I bet. Yep.
That's true.
I would think. What's up,
That'd be
Sportacular?
be a hell of a pickup. 499,
That would be.
baby. What up, brother?
What's up, young Sportacular? What's good with you? Hey, Sportacular. Do 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 do.
Boom.
Sportacular in the building. Appreciate it.
So he says people are concerned that Callahan didn't call plays, which is true. But McVay didn't call plays either before becoming a head coach. And this is true. This is true. He did not call plays, but I think he did all the planning. He worked with the players. So
Yeah.
this is a true statement.
Yeah,
Let
it
the
is.
process play out. Let's see what they got. Let's.
I'm gonna say this, Jock. I actually
Mhm.
think it's a legitimate concern. If people have that concern, I do.
I
I
do.
think it is. I do think it's a. If people are like, well, damn, how are you gonna be the coach? He was an offense coordinator, didn't call plays or whatever like that. But
Right.
again, his coach from Cincinnati spoke very well about him, saying they've worked together. He's been there since 2019 in Cincinnati. We seen what Cincinnati can do. Their offense is
Right.
amazing, right?
Yep.
Their philosophy on offense is amazing. So
Yep.
yeah, so yeah,
Yep. I
yep.
agree. MB says he said I don't want Quinn. His defense is too simple, not creative.
Activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
need the players, man, to see. I don't know. He says, "What about the OC from Kentucky? Is he doing good now? That's my question.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Is
I
it?
haven't heard much about the
Yeah.
OC. They're trying to get him to come back to see Will Levis, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, and I like the stat. He had Carr through for 4,000. So again, he can coach players.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
want to get to the point where we like the Cincinnati Bengals, where we competing. I like the stats. Stats and numbers talk all day. They're super legit. But I care about W's and L's too. And I'm ready to get in that W column. Uh,
Speaking of
yeah.
defensive coordinator as well, Chris Harris, our DB coach, he's being interviewed by the Bears as well as a defensive coordinator. So we got guys from our
Dang.
staff being interviewed for defensive
Yeah.
coordinator positions.
Yeah. I wonder if Chris Harris will interview for the DC role here.
Probably, I would think so. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure.
I, it'd be
I don't know.
nice. Let's see. Scooter, you said I heard Brian coach Tebow when Tebow was doing good that 1 year with Denver. So that's
Oh,
his resume.
okay.
His resume. I think that's why his resume is amazing, right?
Right. Yep.
And him and Rand again, they're on this analytical kick, and I think that's where they're going to collaborate the best is with this analytics because he talks about analytics as too. So
Yep. That's right, Jacques.
his
What's
dad,
up,
man,
y'all?
I heard.
We got 59 people in the chat, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. We having a ball here, bro. We again, for those that are late to the show, the Titans have hired Brian Callahan as the new head coach for the Tennessee Titans, man. Welcome, Coach Callahan.
Right. He says he should get his dad to come back as an assistant coach. It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But his daddy, I think his dad is under contract with Cleveland or something. So yeah, it'd be nice.
Not
Heard
sure.
Brian
Yeah.
Campbell be calling play. Yep. So that's what you're hearing too. That's what I'm hearing
Yep.
too. Is
Right.
he's going to be calling plays, and yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And shout out to Rand and them because he had to pitch that to Rand and them. Like, hey, who's gonna call the plays? I'll call them.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
cool.
right.
Do
That's
your
right.
thing, bro.
That's right.
Do your thing.
Right. That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Hit the
MB
like.
said-
That's right. Hit the
Yes,
like button.
sir.
the
That's a great question, Titans. I can anticipate this week. He has to have it. You
Yeah.
gotta have it this week. I can.
Well, they say
anticipate it.
officially, like it should be. I don't still think he's got the job, but the official like signature of the contract wasn't done yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that has to happen first. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Then
it.
he'll have his
Gotta get his
press
offer letter.
Yep.
Gotta get that offer letter, man.
That's right. That's correct. You got
Gotta
48
talk them
hours to
numbers.
sign that. That's right. Sign that letter. That's right.
Yeah. He said it ain't official till he put pen to that paper.
That's right. Do we have anyone out there that disagrees with the Callahan hire and where maybe we could have, like, there's a lot of candidates out there. We hired pretty fast, if you ask me. Because of the openings, the Raiders, the Patriots, and us, there's still like 4 or 5 teams, 6 teams, I think, that are still interviewing people. We brought him in there and said, nope, you're not going nowhere, bro. We're hiring you. Is there anyone out there that and that's fine if you disagree. Hey, say what you feel. We'll see.
I also heard this was on that he was the top of their list too, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I think it's from an experience standpoint, man. His resume is amazing. And I think that's what the experience behind everything is what helped him too.
Yeah.
Tommy says it's a great choice. Tommy
Dixon, yes, sir.
It's per alone due to his connections in the league. Yeah, his resume is crazy.
That's right. What up,
Ocho,
Ocho?
yeah. Oh,
What's up,
yeah.
bro? What's
What's up?
happening?
What's up, brother?
What's good with you, brother? Appreciate you watching the show, dude. Yes, sir. Facts, no paper, man.
Right. And I'm gonna say this: even not just developing Levis, but developing his team. The Levis, I think, will be okay. I'm worried about the offensive line. That's my biggest concern. Can
Yep.
we get that developed to the point where it's functioning? Right.
Yep.
Get the receivers to where they're functioning. Levis will be okay. And I know he's his second year. He coming into. He's gonna learn some more things. I think too, what system, what playbook, everything. But I think not just from the Levis standpoint, because even Rand said it, and I think Amy mentioned this too. Now Rand mentioned this. He said, "I'm not just here to interview just for the quarterback position. I need to know what you're gonna do for the entire staff, team, and everything, because it's just yeah, the quarterback position is the number one position on the team that's important. But also, if I can't get the line to block for him, I'm gonna get my man killed. That's the number one question I probably would have asked him. What are you gonna do to fix this offensive line? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Right? We got a young
Yep.
quarterback back here. He got killed last year. What are we gonna do to fix him?
Yep. 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 Yep.
So
I
let's
agreed. Agreed, man. Agreed.
let's see. If he is their guy, why not?
Yep. Well, apparently he is. They brought him in and said, "You're not going nowhere, bro. You tell your airplane flights back to Cincinnati to cancel the trip. You staying here tonight? You know what I'm saying? We got a
Right.
contract to find for you to sign. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, man.
Hey, me. Appreciate the
What's
kind
up?
words, brother. We really do. We appreciate that.
We really do, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you kindly, man. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, Amy flew him on a private jet. Damon, yep, Damon, no. She put that man
Yep.
on a private jet.
That's right.
And,
That's
and
right.
then another thing, people need to apologize to Amy too, because Amy's trying to win a Super Bowl. So people are dogging her too. Oh, she don't
Yep.
know what she's doing. No. Well, just give it time. She should be all right.
That's
If
right.
Callahan was a target, then doesn't that make David Shaw and Thomas Brown's interviews just to satisfy the Rooney Rule? Yes, but I'm gonna say this. I think they already satisfied it by hiring Rand, of course. But I legitimately think that Rand wanted to bring in people to interview them to see not only if they're a good fit with and I know the coaching staff, the coach picks the coaching staff, but are you a good fit with the organization? Because he might can bring you in to do something else, right?
Right.
But I think a little bit of both. I think a little bit of both. What about you, Howard? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree with it. You know, they interviewed a lot of coaches. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they felt that Coach Callahan would be the guy, and that's who they roll with. So,
Mhm.
the Rooney Rule is in effect. You know, so and
Yeah,
you do get that opportunity. And hopefully it's
right,
being fair throughout the league. You know, not just doing just to be doing it. Hopefully,
mhm,
it's being done for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And giving them an opportunity.
right, right.
Yep.
But they
Yep.
did say they had. I guess they had to
Yep.
interview one person in person. We know how that goes, and
Yep. Yep.
to
Yep.
satisfy that rule. And
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's a silly rule, but whatever. That's a whole nother conversation. But I legitimately think that Rand is genuine enough to give them a legit fair interview to hear them out. You know what I mean? And to see what they're saying. So let's see. Tomlin is an example of coming in for the Rooney Rule and then hammering the interview. Yep. Yep. Him and Gerard Mayo. Mayo too. Man, it was in his contract, which I don't know. How did he pull that off? I'm like, how did you pull it off?
Yeah.
Yes, we should. What about Higgins? Should we invest? If they don't
Yeah.
franchise tag him, yes.
That's what
Yeah.
they're gonna do, man. I do
Yeah, I,
think
I
that.
know.
I
I
think
know.
that I think this. I know we're talking a lot about T Higgins. You know, T Higgins is from Tennessee, he's from Johnson City, which is about 3 hours from Nashville, east side of the state. And growing up, he was a Titans fan. There are pictures of him as a kid going to Titans games. He has a connection to Nashville, and Nashville's a much better city than Cincinnati. If you're from Cincinnati, I apologize, but I'm speaking facts. But I do think that I really feel that Cincinnati will. What they'll do, they're gonna let go of Tyler Boyd because Boyd
Yeah.
he makes good money too, and they're gonna end up franchising T Higgins. If they
Yeah.
don't, here's my thought. I'd almost say if I'm Cincinnati, I'm letting T Higgins go. Let me tell you why. You got Jamar Chase, you got Tyler Boyd. They got other needs, right? They got other needs. See, instead of drafting Jamar Chase, they could have maybe drafted Penei Sewell. That's for the Detroit Lions, who's arguably the best right tackle in the NFL, right?
Man, dude, cold, bro.
He's
He
cold.
cold.
He's
Yeah.
cold. So, I understand Jamar Chase. Your receivers were already loaded. They need a lot more than just say T Higgins. We need T Higgins. They don't need him as much. They need defense. They need DBs. They need D linemen. They need O linemen. They need a lot of work. But I think if anything, they'll tag him. But we'll see.
Right.
Hope I'm wrong, so we can get him.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong too. But like you
Yep.
said, I see them not letting them go. And I can see this the kid from Washington. If he fits the scheme, like I said, I'm curious on what type of scheme he gonna run. That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? To see and see what they got. Hey, the city's grown, man. You gonna hate the traffic. Traffic is trash. I'll
Yep.
say that. Cincinnati's trash. Traffic might be better
Tra-
than ours.
traffic's
Traffic is
insane.
horrible.
Man, it
It's
took me
trash.
forever. Took me forever to get home today, man.
It
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, the city. You'll love the city, Titan South, but don't just if you can Uber, man, try to Uber or stay within the city limits. Or if in downtown, don't man. Nope. Who was y'all bringing in as a defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we discussed that a bit earlier, man. I don't really have a favorite right now. I
Right.
I don't. I don't know if you do.
I have to do some research. I would like Ron Rivera. I want to bring in a name if that makes sense, like a Jim Schwartz. I know Jim Schwartz is with the Bengals, but I want to make this a staff that is almost like a San Francisco staff, like a Detroit Lions staff, right? Former players that are hungry, they can come in and teach that position group the right way, if that makes sense, right?
Right. Right.
So that's my hope. I got to do some more research to see who's out there. I don't want Matt Patricia. No,
Me neither.
nope,
Not me either.
no,
The,
no,
the,
no, no, no.
yeah, the Titans themselves within the organization again have guys that are actually, you look at Terrell Williams. Terrell Williams is the D line coach for the Titans. I think he's
Mhm.
done a marvelous job as a D
Yeah.
line coach for the Titans. He's also the assistant head coach here too. So he's got that experience, right? Like, and again, I was just talking about the DB coach that we have here as well too. Chris Harris. So they might hire within the organization. They might.
Right. They could. I mean, if they can knock the socks off, man, in an interview, yeah. It was Chris Harris, Blaze, but
Yep.
he a free agent dog. Like he can do what he want to do. What up, Stanley? Said, man, every
What
time
else,
I
Stanley?
come there, I try to come like at 6 or 7 p.m. Still be that man. It doesn't matter what time of day, man. I had an event I went to at 11:30. Traffic was still crazy around 12:30. Man, it don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Brandon
Better get
Ayuk,
Ayuk.
yeah, yeah.
Ayuk or T Higgins? Who would I prefer? Okay, I'll tell you this, Jacques.
Mhm.
I still might go T Higgins, man.
Still might go T.
You can't coach 6'4" with great hands. The only reason I was kind of leaning with Ayuk is because T Higgins and D Hop are very similar. So it's like two of the same guys out there.
Right,
One just younger, one's older. Ayuk is a playmaker receiver, right?
right.
When it comes to just being a core receiver, I think T Higgins is better. But I think T Higgins will be more expensive than Ayuk.
I agree.
Yep.
But it's the connections. Now you have connections to both now
Yep.
because it ran with San Francisco, and now you got Callahan with
Facts.
Cincinnati. So
Facts.
we're kind of set up, kind of cool because it's we can either pick from the litter what we want. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No
That's
pun
right.
intended. But
That's
again with T Higgins because D Hops is on his last year on his contract will be next year or this year. Yeah, this
Yep.
year. Man, it's
Yep.
almost like a transition. Like you said, they're the same similar player. All right, D Hop, you gone. T Higgins, you take his place. You're the number one now, right? Easy
Yep.
transition.
Yep.
Ayuk, I like Ayuk, but
Yep.
again, and I think with both of them, they do good with the opposite, if that makes sense. They need a 1A and 1B type style receiving core. Mike Evans is not bad.
He's not.
I
He's
but he's
I,
old.
yeah, he's old. That would be my only concern. I wouldn't want to because he'll be 32, I think, next year.
Yeah,
Mike Evans
yeah.
is a Hall of Famer. Let's get that
Yes,
out
he
the
is.
way. He's ridiculous. I don't know. I wouldn't want to lean
That
on
is
another
true.
2-year receiver. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. That is true. We still have Burker, and I think he'll be great. You know what? We still have Burks. I didn't think about that. We still do have Burks. You can keep him as a third, fourth option.
Yeah, yeah. He
You
wouldn't,
see,
but having him has no influence over me in my as far as bringing the players. He just a regular receiver to me right now till
a
he
fourth
proves.
option. A fourth
Yep.
option. Like you, Nick Akina Westbrook, I like him, but fourth option. Why not? And again, we don't know. He might be a systems guy. Callahan might see something and be like, you know what? I know how to use you. Let's figure out how to maximize your talent, young man, instead of sitting you over here on the side and having you block every other play.
Right. Right.
I'm serious, man. Come on now. Like, I really want to know secondary coach. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't even know who the DC is. I'm
That's
really
right. That's
that we
right.
don't even know who the DC. Once we figure out who the DC is, then we can probably have a hint. But that's gonna be interesting. I think the biggest question mark offense. I think we're fine. This is weird. We're in a weird place because when is the last time we really had to worry about the defense and which direction the defense was going to go in? Hope it's usually been the offense, right? Now it's switched. So I'm very intrigued on who he's thinking about defensive coordinators. I'm intrigued to hear about those names. Let's
Yeah.
see.
This is I think y'all think I think this is a puzzle for everybody as far as Callahan, then puzzles go through that. He's the main puzzle piece. So is Rand Carthon. Once press conferences happen, they start hiring this coach, and things kind of come together. Right now, it's just kind of a big hole in the wall. Right now, still trying to figure
Right.
out how to get in and out of it. Right now.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this, Hawk. I'm gonna ask y'all this. Before I do that, my
Okay.
guy for the $10 super chat, he said, "Boom, $10 to a new head coach. Cheers, my
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Appreciate that
Yes,
for that
sir.
shot."
Yes, sir. What up, Damon? Damon, tighten up. Do 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 do.
Boom.
Damon, tighten up in the building. Appreciate it, Damon. Thank you, brother.
So, do you think Callahan will look at this roster from top to bottom and keep it the same? I know my answer. Or will there be changes from the wide receiver position? We know there's changes coming from the offensive line, but just everything from the top to bottom. Do you think that we'll still see the same names that we've seen under the Vrabel regime that'll stay? I know some will stay, or do you think there'll be just big changes coming all around? What you think, Hawk? What y'all
I
think
really
as
don't.
well?
When you look at our say, if you talk about offense, I think the biggest change on offense as far as skill position would be Derrick Henry. We're gonna still have Tajay Spears, Will Levis,
Oh,
Peter
we got another one.
Skoronsky. Oh, we got it. Okay.
Salute to
Rashid,
Tennessee
what's up?
Titans. The new regime has begun. Salute, my brother.
Salute. Rashid. Do 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 do.
Boom.
Rashid in the building. Hey,
Let,
Rashid, man. Hey, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
let me
Thank you.
let me add some more context to this. Minus the rookies, minus Will Levis, all them, the guys that performed this year. We're gonna take them out because we know they're gonna be here, Hawk. They're gonna be here for the
Right.
next three years. Take
Right.
them out the equation because you can trade them, you can do what you, but it's too early. Talking about the veterans, the third year players, fourth year players, like a Burks, like a Cal Phillips,
Mhm.
everybody that was under that
Yeah.
regime, not the Rand Carthon regime, but the John Robinson and the Mike Vrabel regime. Do
Yeah.
you see changes coming
Yeah.
from that?
Yeah. Changes will happen. Yeah. Changes will happen. D Hop's not, I don't think D Hop's going anywhere. So think D Hop probably will be here. Nick Westbrook Akina, I think he still has one more year left. No, he's a free agent. He's a free agent. Nick Westbrook Akina is a
Yep.
free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on who we can bring in. Maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Maybe
Right.
Nick probably could make some more money somewhere else, maybe too.
Uh-huh.
Um, Phillips and those guys probably not coming back. Um, outside of Traylon Burks will be back, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here. He's under
Yep.
contract. He's still on his rookie contract. He's got one more year left. Traylon Burks will be here. Unless he's just traded, but he don't have much trade value right now. So most of the guys that we have that's outside of that are young guys, young rookies.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be some changes. Yeah, I don't know drastic people being removed. We'll have drastic people coming in because we have salary cap. So yeah, we're gonna be a complete different team next year.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Kobe asks, how y'all feel about Ladarius Sneed as CB1? You can bring him in. I like him because I like what Sean Murphy Bunton brought to the table.
Yep, me
He did
too,
pretty
man.
solid.
He did.
But yeah,
He did.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. Like it'd be pretty big pickup.
Hey, there's several corners that are going to be in the free agent.
Jalen
Jalen
Johnson,
Johnson,
that's my
Sneed.
guy.
Yep.
That's
Jair
that's my guy.
Alexander from Green Bay. He's going to be
Yep,
a free agent.
yep.
He's a shutdown corner.
Man, dog. Man, you can revamp this whole secondary if you want, bro. Imagine.
Yep.
I'm not saying we're gonna get him, but Jalen Johnson on one side, Jair Alexander on the other one. You keep Sean Murphy Bunting if you want two other Darius needed on that. You bring them 300 miles out. That's expensive. That's my wish list. But you do
Yep.
that, man. Dog. Not saying it'll
Mark,
play out like it should, but
yeah, for sure. Mark my words. I'd be shocked if L'Jarius Sneed leaves the Kansas City Chiefs.
yeah, me too.
He himself is one of the main reasons. Him and Chris Jones are the big reason. The
Mhm.
linebacker 32 is a good linebacker too for the Chiefs. Them dudes are
Right.
some ballers for Kansas City, man. I
Yeah.
doubt. Now, Jalen Johnson for the Bears,
Man,
Jair
my guy.
Alexander, they're gone. They're
My
gone.
guys.
Yep.
Hey, bring them in. Bring them
Yep.
in.
Bring them
Bring both
in.
of them.
Bring them in.
But
Bring them in.
I'll take both of them. Bring them
Yeah.
in. Y'all know how I feel about my DBs, man. I love DB. I do. But that shout out to Dion. That's my guy. So bring him in. I love a good shutdown. We haven't had one of those
Yep.
shit in a long time. But anyway, super supreme underscore Nick says, did y'all hear from them on Undisputed earlier hating on our coaching hire? They make it seem like it's a racial issue because we didn't hire a black coach. Oh, yes, I did see the undisputed interview, and again, we have Rand. I'll say that. So when I look at it, Rand is the one, Rand and Amy, but Rand had the fortitude to go out there and hire the most qualified dude, right? Again, I understand. Trust me, I understand the racial element. Me and Hawk understand this, right? We get it to the T, and I get where they're coming from when they say the Rooney Rule. So I get both sides of the coin, but in the same breath, it's we've we hired the best, most qualified coach, right? Because we could have said the same thing about Ben Johnson. We could have said the same thing about the coach, the offensive coordinator from Houston. We didn't hire them, right? We interviewed them, but we didn't hire them. So it's again, I get it, but this is the best qualified. They thought he was the most qualified for the job. Hire him, right? What about? I mean, how you feel about this, Hawk?
I haven't seen the interview.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
haven't seen.
okay.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I'm reading this like I hadn't seen that, but yeah. So we do have
It,
we got
it,
African American coaches on the staff. So
yeah.
so
And I
yeah.
say,
So I
I'm not
don't.
gonna I'm not gonna ignore it. It is out there. It's not like it's not out there because it is out there, right? But for our situation, they were the best. He was the best hire, right? And again, I look at it from a resume standpoint of you look at his resume compared to the rest of the coaches. His resume is way better, my opinion, right? The other ones, like you said, they're 1 or 2 year guys. They're just getting their feet wet. They're getting their feet wet. They're getting their feet wet, right? So again, the conversation it comes up. It's not like it's not out there because it is out there. But I feel like coming from Rand and Amy's perspective, they're looking at the most qualified. And right now, he's the most qualified. And he has the best pitch, right? So I can't help it. Hawk, you can't help it if somebody calls us and say, hey, we got an interview for you to come interview for this job. I ain't prepared for this, but I'll come and interview anyway, right?
Right.
Get the
Right.
experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see.
We
And
got
that's
TA
what
in the building. What's up, Titan Anderson? What's happening?
what up, TA? And Ricky says, first of all, we tried to get him last year. We tried. It seemed like they've had him on the radar for a while, right? This is what it is. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and yeah, Jay,
I
you
didn't know.
right.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that. Okay.
Hawk. They tried to get him. I think since he blocked it, something crazy happened. But yeah, they tried to
What
get him,
about
dude.
Callahan?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. They tried to holler at him, but they were smart. You know what I mean? They say I don't care if they black, white, green, or blue, just be competent at the job. Hey, that's what they say, but sometimes they don't always swing that way. We know how it is. So again, I get both sides, but again, we got what we got, man. So we got a $5 super chat. Let's see. Sherrod says, your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. Hit the damn like button.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Sherrod
that,
Butler.
brother.
Hey, man. Hey, we appreciate it, Sherrod. Sherrod Butler. Do 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 do.
Boom.
Sherrod Butler in the building. Hit that like button, like Sherrod said, man. We got
Yes,
71 people in
sir.
the chat, by the way. Hey,
Yes,
y'all, we appreciate
sir.
y'all rocking with us for the live chop up, man. Have you all
Right.
noticed how much content we've been throwing out there? Hey, do you all like our introspective shows? Like, in the off season, we know at times, people say, hey, in the off season, man, throw out some shows and things like that. So, we're in the off season. I know we haven't talked about the Titans, how they finished the season. We'll definitely have shows about that and things like that. But, we want to sort of open your mind up to a lot of different things, man. So that's why we got so much content out there, even on Bleacher Report as well. We hadn't said much about it on this show, but if you have not followed us on Bleacher Report, check us out on Bleacher Report. Download the app. Follow us, man. We got content for you. Believe that.
TAC says, I see us drafting a safety in the fourth. We do need a safety. We need a safety. Yes, we do. What's the guy? Winfield Jr. He's supposed to be a free agent this year. I like to bring him in.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Him
solid.
and Sean Murphy Bunting back together. That's right.
Yeah, that'd be a
Yep. Yep.
cool.
Yeah, I think Tampa's about to experience a huge overhaul of players. I
Yes,
think
they are.
Tampa's kind of like, nah, I'm good. I'm about to dip somewhere else to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I can see that as well. I hope. And I see the Bills too. The Bills are about to have an overhaul as well. So Poyer, I know he's kind of older in the tooth. I don't know what his contract situation is. Um, they got for a couple of offensive linemen that'll be leaving as well. They got it's gonna be a couple of teams that's gonna be offloading. So we'll have the pick. Trust me, we'll be straight, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
We appreciate the good comments that we got in here, man. As far as Tommy Dixon, Kobe Montana, hey, we appreciate it, man. We putting in that work for sure, man.
yeah.
We're having fun doing it too, man.
I'm ready to see what this staff gonna look like. Then I'm ready for free agency. But I'm ready for the staff. That's what I'm ready for. Say should have drafted. Yeah, should have drafted. Yeah, Winfield over. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know. We know. Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, that old regime is gone.
Yeah.
Gone, gone, gone.
I
So
wasn't honestly in the draft with Isaiah Wilson. I wasn't so much upset about the draft position because we needed offensive linemen. It's the player we drafted. You know what I'm saying? It was
right,
horrible. You can't do worse than that, man. Drafting Isaiah, a
right.
guy that never played for your team as a first round pick, and he did
Yep.
not play because he wasn't hurt. He was playing because he was mentally not stable. It's crazy.
He didn't
It's
want to play
crazy.
football. He got that chicken left.
Yep.
He
Yep.
got that chicken left. What about the trade? Ooh. Tommy D said, what about a trade for Stephon Diggs?
Nope.
You want to trade for him?
Nope. He
He got to
costs too
give up too
much.
much. Yeah, he got
Costs
to
too
give up too
much.
much.
He's
Yep, I agree.
he's declining. Steph Diggs, it's looking like Nick Westbrook-Akeen out there right now. You know what I'm saying? He's
I think he needs to
declining.
change the scenery. I think he needs to change the scenery. He's been with the Bills for so long, man. They've been in the same situation. He's been in that same spot where he's been looking at the Chiefs like this and just looking like wish he could win a championship. Sometimes you need to change the scenery, man. And it's not gonna be here, but then again, let Rand cook. Let Rand cook. I know people have been giving this man hell, the local media. Let that man cook. He know what he's doing. I
Yeah,
trust him. I trust
yeah,
him.
yeah. That's what
Now
we
I don't
talked
think.
about in our last show about Rand,
Yeah.
man. The players he brought in, man.
Mhm.
He absolutely did a great job this
And we
year.
talked about AJ Brown too. If y'all go back
Yep,
and check out our shows about AJ Brown, man,
yep,
go check it out. Supreme. We did a
yep.
whole show on AJ Brown.
Sure did. We sure
Go
did.
go check him out.
Yep.
Michael Hardman.
Miko Hardman, no
Rico.
sir, no
Yeah. Didn't
sir.
we? Thought we brought him in. Didn't we bring him in? Thought we did.
I'm not sure. No. Mm-mm. Miko Hardman is declining. He had 2 fumbles the other day, man. No sir.
Yeah. Yeah. AJ. Yeah. I mean, it'd be ironic if that happened. If AJ came back here, that'd be crazy. Um, Yeah, this draft is loaded with receivers, man. Like
It is, man.
loaded, like
Loaded.
loaded with receivers. They got good offensive linemen in this draft.
Yep.
It's a unit now for DBs. It's not a to me. It's not a strong draft.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wide receivers and linemen, and I'll say quarterback a little bit too. Quarterback's
Yep.
kind of deep.
His
Yeah,
quarterback's pretty
quarterback's
good.
deep.
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
deep.
That's right. It's so many good receivers in this draft. If we don't draft in the first round a receiver, in the second round, it comes back around very fast. We got the
Yes, it
38th
does.
pick in the second round. It comes
Yep.
back around. So
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, I like Mitchell from Texas.
Yeah, I like him too. He's solid. He's solid.
Yep.
And you can, if you want to get funky with it, what's the receiver number 12 for Colorado State? I forgot his name. He was solid too. That boy was balling. You know what I'm talking
Talking about
about.
14. Yeah,
Yeah,
number
14.
14.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was balling. You
He's
get him in
is
the
he
later
from
rounds.
Nashville or Tennessee? I'm trying to remember,
Uh,
man. The Colorado State's got a receiver or somebody from Tennessee. It might not be him, but yeah, he is good,
yeah,
man. He is good.
yeah, he's solid.
He is
Gabe Davis,
good.
I wouldn't want Gabe Davis. AD Mitchell. That's who you talking about,
Yep.
how? AD Mitchell
Yep.
from Texas.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Kobe said
He
that's my
was
guy.
balling.
Absolutely. He's
He was
cold.
balling. He was
Dude
balling
is cold.
in the championship game.
Yep.
He was balling. Like he was
He
balling.
was. He
Matter of
was.
fact, he was so pissed off. He's like, "Give me the ball."
Yeah. That's right.
Does
That's
Callahan
right.
develop Malik or bring in a different backup quarterback? I don't know.
Don't
That's a
know.
great question. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know where his mind is right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
great question.
Yeah.
That's questions that we'll probably hear soon.
We
12 is
talking about
Travis.
Colorado State, not
Yeah,
Colorado. Now
Colorado
we know
State.
about
Yeah,
Travis
yeah, yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Travis
yeah.
Hunter just got first team all academic honors today.
That Joker gonna be the number one corner coming out. Well, receiver, corner, whatever he wants to do. When he comes out, dude cold, man. The dude
Yeah.
cold. Let's see. This staff might be able to get Colton down to be something when come back they balling when Chase was out. Oh yeah. You talking about the receiver position? Yeah, it's a possibility, man. It'll see. So we were talking about Colorado State, Kobe. We were talking about not Colorado. Yeah, the one. Yeah, he was destroying Travis. Yeah, he was tearing Travis
Yeah.
ass up. Yeah,
Well, the guy from Stanford was really killing Travis Hunter. He had
yeah, him
350
too.
yards
Yeah,
receiving on him.
yeah.
But the Colorado State receiver had a great game too. He'll be drafted high. The receiver from Colorado State. I'm gonna find his name too. I
Yes.
knew his name. Yep,
Tory
Tory
Horton.
Horton.
Yes.
Tory Horton.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's him.
Yep. That's
Yep,
him. Yep. That's him.
yep.
That is him. Jay
He was a
says one thing I
4-star
hope.
recruit too.
Yeah, dude, cold man. He was balling. I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
One thing I hope for this new coaching staff plays players at their natural position and not just switch them and flipping the guard. I agree. I agree. Sometimes versatility is good, but if you can play them at their natural position, we're good. And hopefully, I'm hoping something too that we are a more healthier team as well than we have been in years past. That's what I'm hoping too. So he can come in and bring in a different culture from that standpoint as well. So he said, "I want to deep." I feel you, Blaze. I feel you,
Feel you
bro.
too, Blaze.
I feel you,
I
bro.
do.
I
I do.
trust me. I've been beating the gavel for a damn DB for the past since we ever had this show. That's what
Yep.
the Hawk notice. Hawk
Yep.
notice, man. This
Yep.
is
That's right. That's
yeah.
right, man. That's right. But I take Blaze of Fire, man. To be honest, bro, there are a few good corners out there in the draft. The question would be: is there any corners out there right now that will be worthy of that second round pick? It's gonna be if they're okay. They're okay. But we'll
Nah,
see. We'll see.
this draft, bro. Nah, I this. That's why I'm so adamant about free agency with DB this draft than I am. You can get one in the later rounds, but I
Yeah,
think free agency you want somebody to hit like real quick,
that's
like
right.
real quick. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. Louis says, I've been a fan since the Oilers, and we've always had a defensive scheme, and the priority on offense was always running. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. How do you think they're going to? Because I look at Cincinnati, they still don't shy away from the run,
No,
but
they
they
don't.
use it. They use it in a way. Teams use the run in a way where it's secondary and pass first, right? But teams are still running the ball. It's not like it's ill and void. It's not gone anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, Cincinnati has been blessed because they got good
Yes.
receivers and running back and
Yep.
quarterback, so they can do whatever they
Mhm.
want. So
Yep.
Cincinnati's in a different situation than us on running, passing, and those things. They can do whatever. They made it to the Super Bowl. They got talent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think the
Mhm.
question with Cincinnati is always of course, been their
That
offensive
offensive
line.
line.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Their line's terrible. They've been terrible.
Mhm.
Terrible.
But
Not
they
bad. Terrible.
but they've been able to sustain. It's crazy. DB, you are correct. DBs are converted receivers
Of
that couldn't
course.
catch.
Of
You're
course.
100% correct on that. And
Of
I can
course.
say that proudly. I
Yeah.
can say that. I can wear that proudly. I can wear that proudly. Y'all heard Brian say Scott was his number one lineman in the draft, and he knew Skoronski was a guard before he got drafted into the league. Wow. Wow.
Okay. Okay. No, we did
That's
not hear that.
that's interesting.
Ivory on
That's
one. Never heard that. No.
yeah. It well, the tweet did go out. I saw
Okay.
to take that back. I did hear about this, so I didn't think it was true. So it is true. Okay, so wow. So he again that analytical mind, man. He knows. He knows. He's doing his thing. Coach says, "Do y'all know this is our first head coach that hasn't played in the NFL since Jerry Glanville?"
Oh, okay. If you think about it, that is true. Every coach we've had has been in the league.
Wow,
Every single one of them. That's right, bro.
that is true.
That's right. That's right. Good call out, Kobe. That's correct.
This is
All
that's
of
a
them
hell of
played in the
a
NFL. Every single one of
wow.
them. That's right.
You know, this is a good you know what? Those that didn't play in the NFL tend to be pretty solid.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. THC says, what do y'all think Tannehill ends up? There's a lot of shakeup around the league. I was gonna say Atlanta, but never mind. Damn.
Who
Shit,
knows, bro? Who
I don't
knows?
know.
He'll
I just too
It'd be
too
somewhere
much.
probably we won't even. It might be like Arizona somewhere. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Right.
It'll be somewhere. He's getting somewhere. He'll be
Yeah.
somewhere for
Yeah.
sure, and he'll go somewhere and end up playing because quarterbacks will get hurt. So he'll have a shot. Just stay
Callahan,
healthy, Ryan Tannehill.
right. Callahan said it on the Bengals locked on. Okay, so wow.
All
It's
right.
good stuff.
Good
Good
job. Good
stuff.
stuff, Ocho. Good stuff, man.
Good stuff. They
Yep.
saying Tannehill going to Washington, the Steelers, the Jets, with the Commanders. Oh, okay.
All good options for Tannehill.
Yeah. Hey,
Yep.
do your thing, Tannehill. More blessings to you, brother. I wish you good luck. Thank you for what you're doing, but we got a whole nother train we getting on, brother.
I shared with you that on Instagram. It was something I remember, and I was like, it was a flashback. Like, whoa! In 2019, Tannehill led the NFL in quarterback rating. Ain't that crazy? I
That
was like,
is.
damn, Tannehill. Yep. Yeah.
Good job for Tannehill, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Brother, wherever you go, I hope you do your best, bro. He'll be a good backup somewhere, so that's gonna be a good little role for him. I don't see him starting, but
Yeah.
hold on. Tannehill to the no, Titans.
The
He need to
Wong
go
Dong
to the
Tigers. Yeah, that's funny.
hey, what's that new league that got merged? The XFL and the UFL? He needs to go there.
USFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Tannehill be somebody's backup next year easily. Easily.
Yeah.
He'll be
So you
somewhere.
said Vrabel going to Seattle or LA. That's interesting. I'm gonna tell you the funniest hire that can happen is Bill Belichick to the Falcons, man.
I know, yeah. Bill
Bro,
Belichick. Hey,
that got me that has me tripping to the point where it's been like comical to me because I'm like, I can't picture Bill Belichick in Magic City just chilling. And if
yep.
y'all don't know what you should know what Magic City is, but if you don't, go to Atlanta, you'll find out real
Yeah.
fast what Magic City is. I'm like,
I for some reason don't think it's happening. I think it's
I
lost
heard
some steam over the last day or so.
what I've heard is there's some staff in the building that don't want Bill Belichick
Okay.
in that
Yeah.
building. They actually talking about Raheem Morris. I got a couple of partners who are Falcons fans, and I've been engaging them, and they okay with it because they suffered through Arthur Smith. So it's like anything's better than Arthur Smith.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I can see that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Bill Belichick. I don't know, dog. I don't,
Yeah.
he
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go a few more questions, y'all. We'll go a few more questions.
when he says, who's ready for the Levis era in the new stadium incoming? What's your expectations? Let me ask you this. What's your expectations for Will Levis in year 2? Playoffs, 10 games, stay healthy. What you think?
I don't know. I think, first staying healthy for sure. Doing better next year in his second year. Um, still got to figure out who the OC is going to be and just kind of what's around him. I think that's what's going to play a major part. Will we be
Right.
better up front, and will we have more weapons for him to throw to? If
Right.
those things are similar to where they were this year, he's going to end up getting hurt again. So I think just right now, just really focusing in on people around him, and I don't know what team we're going to have. I don't know. I have
Right.
no idea yet. You know what I'm
A-
saying?
a- And I think he's even said it. Will likes continuity, so him learning a whole new playbook is going to be unique to him too. So that's another. Be patient because we got a whole new playbook, a whole new line, just a whole new thing coming in. It's gonna be a learning curve. It's gonna be a learning
Right.
curve. So I,
That's right.
I just hope people, if he gets to messing up, just know it's a learning curve. You learning a new. It's like you going to school and you switching majors and you trying to pick up this major and go from there and take off running. So Ocho says, "Who's going to the Super Bowl? Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl?" And you can't say you don't know. And I'm gonna put you on the spot. You can't say you don't know, and you got to pick two teams that you think are gonna go to the Super Bowl. Who
Yeah,
do you think going to the
no,
Super Bowl?
I'll answer because it's there. Like I can see it. I don't see if I don't see it, I'll give that disclaimer and still give an answer, so to speak. Right. So I think the Ravens in the AFC. That's the easy
Okay.
pick too. It's the Chiefs, man.
Oh, you gonna go to Chiefs, huh?
I'm gonna say Baltimore. And if Debo Samuel does not play for the 49ers, I'm gonna say the Detroit Lions. It's on Debo Samuel.
Ooh,
If Debo
okay,
Samuel plays, then the 49ers will be there. It'd be the 49ers
okay.
and Ravens. So what about you, bro?
Uh, I'm gonna say the Ravens because their defense is tough, man.
Yeah.
That defense is balling, and I just feel like they're physical. And with them being physical, you need to be physical with Patrick Mahomes. And if you can get him and you can get him early, you got him. And I think they have enough of a defensive front. And the offense, they just got to do enough to score points. Kansas City defense is good, but I also think Lamar has enough. On the NFC side, again, I hate to do this, but I think the 49ers because of the defense from the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions have done great on offense, but just the 49ers defense is able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm gonna add to that, and then we can get up out of here. Who is your dream Super Bowl out of the four of these? Who would you want to see as a matchup?
I really wanted to see Buffalo and Detroit. I
Oh,
really
okay,
wanted that. I
okay,
did.
okay.
And Buffalo screwed it up.
I can't stand
Stanley, I don't know if
Buffalo.
you heard my comment earlier, man. I was on the Buffalo Fanatic show, man, with my boy Rico B. Shout out to Rico B if you listen. Shout out to Engraving Videos, man, as well for the Ravens, man. Do y'all thing this week, man. Do your thing, bro. So the dream scenario would be I would really like to see Lamar Jackson win the Super Bowl. You know,
Mhm.
though I hate the
I know you
Baltimore
can't
Ravens.
stand. With a
Okay, I do.
passion.
I'm from the era when we were in the same division.
Yeah,
I hate
with the Ray
Baltimore.
Lewis, yeah.
On the flip side of it, I would love to see the Detroit Lions win their first Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
let me tell you this real quick. So many people talk about the 49ers this and the 49ers that, the Philadelphia
Mhm.
this and the Buffalo this and all. You know one thing? They been winning out Miami, dog, blah, blah, blah. They ain't won no damn Super Bowl. The
I
49ers
agree.
ain't won a Super Bowl since 94, right? These
94,
teams,
bro.
they win, but they have no won no Super Bowl.
Yep.
So it would be a devastating if the 49ers don't win. It's like y'all keep getting to this point and you can't even win
Man.
it. But it is what it is. I would like to see either Detroit win the Super Bowl
Mm.
because it's a Cinderella story. They got a lot of Titans on there that, like you
Mhm.
said, Jacques, they were receivers because they couldn't block and get rid of them. They go out there catching touchdowns in the playoffs. That's crazy.
Man,
Mike
dog.
Vrabel,
Easy.
that's on you, Vrabel. And
Yeah.
then with Baltimore with Lamar Jackson, man. What about you, Jacques?
So I'm aligned with you, bro. I want to see Lamar because they trash Lamar, and I'm like you. I think I hate the Bills more, but my second team I hate is the Ravens. But I want to see Lamar Jackson get a Super Bowl because I feel like they've done this man dirty, they've talked trash about him, and it's a unique situation because of how he's set up, and it'll be kind to me the first time a quarterback like him has
Yeah,
won a Super Bowl, right?
yeah,
And then the Lions, man, I really am rooting for the Lions. Like it's
yeah,
it's weird, man, to see them boys come from this to this.
yeah.
And I'm
No
like, what? This it's like you said, a Cinderella story where Dan Campbell came in, he put together a great staff. The players play for him.
facts.
The city's on fire. I haven't seen Detroit like this, man, years, really,
Yeah,
ever, right? Since Barry
yeah, right.
Sanders. But I mean, we went Barry Sanders, they were still good, but you're like, damn. And
Yep.
so it's just the energy behind it. I know they say Patrick Mahomes, but you get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, right? You
Yep.
do, and you want to switch. And I'm gonna give you this, Hawk. The
All right.
Bills and the Lions Super Bowl would have been cool because it's
Yep.
different. We haven't seen it before. It's like, okay, you got two different teams that's literally right across the pond from each other, almost, right? And you're
Yep.
like, okay, man, this would be kind of cool to see. So for me, I would like to see Lamar get a Super Bowl. If that doesn't work out, Lions, I'm riding with y'all, bro. Like, I don't know y'all Lamontro. I don't know if y'all got one, but I'm rocking with you, bro. Anyway, Khalif Raymond, shout out to you. Khalif Raymond is going back to it. That's going to a champ.
Championship. That's right. That's right.
Reynolds, Josh, remember that they said you were trash, bro? You remember that?
Yep.
Josh Reynolds was
Yep.
trash. Man, come
Yep.
on, bro. Bro's out there
Yep.
balling, dog. So
Exactly.
shout out to
Yep.
them, man. Shout out to
Remember,
them. And Matt
John, remember
Castle.
I told you of the two players when we let them both go. I was more mad about Josh Reynolds being let go than Khalif
Yeah,
Raymond. Because I
yeah,
felt Khalif
yeah.
Raymond left on terms of getting paid more. I get that, right? Cool,
Right,
go get you.
right.
We just cut Josh Reynolds. We just
We
cut
did,
him.
bro. We
I'm
did.
like,
We did.
the
We
hell?
did. We did.
Yeah,
We did. We did.
yeah, man.
It was on a way, man, where you like, damn, man, like what it's almost like what if? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What if this happened? What if that happened and whatnot? So
yeah,
again, it's the Super Bowl, bro, and
yep.
and the what's the quarterback name from Detroit? He's slipping my mind.
Jared Goff,
Jared Goff. This would be if they go, man, he's so underrated, bro.
he's very
Jared
underrated.
Goff is underrated.
He's had a
I,
good career too, dude.
he has, bro.
Oh, question. I got a question for you, Jacques.
Okay.
Before we end this show about
Uh
Jared
huh.
Goff. You ready
Okay.
for this one?
Yeah.
Those in the comment section, y'all got to hear this question. All right. So think about Jared Goff
Okay.
and think about one team in particular with Jared Goff.
Okay.
That's the Tennessee Titans, right? So
Okay.
how did he get on the Rams? He asked. Of
Was it the
course.
trade? Yeah, it was
It
trade.
was the trade that we made
It was.
with the
Yeah.
Rams, right? And and then who did we trade for Jared? And John Robinson did this, right? For Jared
Mhm.
Goff. We traded to get Derrick Henry.
Oh, Byard.
We got Jonnu Smith. We got
Mhm.
now
Jack
I don't know
Conklin.
if was Byard a part of that?
Yeah, he was part of
I
that
think
draft
Conklin
class.
was a part of that. Yes. Yep.
It was
Yep.
Conklin,
And it
Byard,
was an extra pick too. It was something
Dobbs.
I have to find out what that is. Who?
Was
Did you
it
say somebody
what was
else?
it? Dobbs from Clemson. What was that kid's name?
No, I
The
don't
one
think
that
Dodd
even
was in. I don't. Oh, was he?
I think
Let me see if I
what
can.
was it?
Damn it! I'm
What
asking you a
draft was
question. I'm
it?
trying to. Well, of course, Derrick Henry and Jonnu Smith was in that. Byard
Mhm.
was in the draft. But he wasn't part of the trade. But we
Oh, okay, he's about
traded.
to trade.
The trade. Yes. Because
No, what Hooker?
who got the best of the deal? Because you think
The
about
Rams.
okay, we end up getting.
Uh,
Think the
keep going,
Rams
keep
got the
going. I
best deal
answer.
getting Goff?
Keep going, keep going. 'Cause I want you to finish your point. I'll go ahead.
I'm I'm sitting there trying to find the damn trade. I know Derrick Henry was in the trade. And I think Jonnu Smith was. It was several picks. If somebody could, okay,
Kobe,
it was Derrick
Kobe
Henry.
said it.
There it is.
Yep.
Austin Johnson. That's right. And
Yep.
Jonnu Smith. And it was a draft. We moved down in the
We
draft.
did.
They moved up to number one. So we
We
traded. We
did.
had 3 players and an extra pick for Jared Goff. Who won that trade?
Ooh, who won the trade? He technically took the Rams to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
By default, if I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say the Rams won that trade because he took them
Okay.
to the Super Bowl in what year 3? Was it year 3 when they played the
Yep.
Chiefs?
So like year 3,
Well,
year 4, very early.
yeah. Who did they play in the
Yep.
Super Bowl? Was it the Chiefs or was it the Patriots?
That was the Rams. Who did they play? That's when they had prime Todd Gurley out there. I think it was the Patriots,
Yes,
man.
they did.
It was the
It, I,
Patriots.
I think it
Yep.
was the Pats because yeah, they won that trade. They won that trade. It was the Patriots. They won that trade. They even though they lost the Super Bowl,
I
he
got
still took them to a Super Bowl.
yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, we didn't almost trade for him, TAC. We had what was it, the number one pick at the time?
Yeah. I got the details right here.
Okay, go ahead.
So the Rams got the first overall pick. This 2016. They got the
Yep.
first, fourth, and sixth round pick. They only had 3 picks that year. We ended
Yeah.
up
Wow.
getting the 15th overall pick, the 43rd overall pick, the 45th overall was Derrick Henry, the
Yeah.
76th pick, and then an extra first round pick in next year's draft, which was Jay Conklin, and a third
Yeah.
round pick in that next year's draft. So up front, the Titans won that by far because you got Derrick Henry, you got Jonnu Smith, you got Jack Conklin, and those things up front, right? That's that artificial grass type of stuff. Now, the Derrick Henry, that part of that's what's huge in that because then if I look at it from a catch-22 standpoint, would Jared Goff still be our quarterback to this day if he had been drafted at that time?
Mhm.
Who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Titans got the best of that trade.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say that because
I,
they
I I
got
look at. Go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well because I look at the fact that you did get Derrick Henry in that. Um, Jonnu Smith played several years. I don't know how long Jared Goff would have played. He's a quarterback, he's a franchise quarterback. I get that, very important
Right.
and things like that. And you know, it's close.
I look at it like this. I look at Super Bowls. I chump Super Bowls in over anything, man. Stats, you can have them all day. They'll get you in the Hall of Fame. But Golf still took him to a Super Bowl, man. He took him to a Super Bowl, and he's knocking on the door at another Super. Not even though it's not with the Rams.
Right.
And Derrick Henry, out of that whole trade, Derrick Henry's the only one that is
That's
still
right.
that was still with the team and that produced. Jack Conklin's gone, Jonnu Smith's gone, Austin Johnson's gone. What did we
Yeah.
do? What did we do with those picks? We didn't do nothing with them, right? We wasted them, and it was a wrap. So again,
But Dory Jackson was our pick. That's right. My bad. That's
yep, it
correct. He was
was.
our first round pick. He's gone, like you said.
He's gone, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I'm gonna say this, Matt. He says, "I'll take Levis over Golf." Actually, I'll probably take Golf over Levis right
I
now
will
because
too. I
Levis is
will too.
unproven.
Yep.
So Golf
Facts.
is again, when you take a team to a Super Bowl, you doing something, bro, and
Yep.
he's doing something right. I mean, he's got Detroit floating, man. They
Yep.
knocking on the door at another Super Bowl. I mean, if they go to Super Bowl, bro, if Detroit goes to Super Bowl and they win it, dog,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. At that point,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, do your thing, bro.
Yep.
Do your thing.
Yeah, man. Yep. So, well, folks, hey, we want to say thank you all, man, for joining the show, the live chop up, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody coming into the chat, man. Hey, with the comments and everything, doing what y'all do, man. You know what I'm saying? We're hoping you all have had a great day. Of course, we got more shows coming through for sure. Again, thank you all. If you want to check us out on Bleacher Report, do that. Sign up for it, man. Hey, follow us on Bleacher Report. You can check us out on Twitter as well, Titans Weekly 24/7. We're on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are on Apple. We're on Spotify. We are in them internet streets, man.
Yep. And when you do check us out on those entities, please like, share, subscribe, get the content in the algorithm, man. And we appreciate y'all again coming with the heat, coming with y'all opinions, man. We, like you said, we try to get every comment as much as we can to show everybody some shine, and we respect everybody's opinion and make sure everybody is doing one thing, and that's just talking about the Titans and loving the Titans, man. You hate them, love them, they give you a heart attack, make your blood pressure go up, but hey, in the end of the day, man, we bleed blue, and you know what we do. So, anyway, Hulk, take us on out, bro.
Okay, yes, sir. Well, you all have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week. And as we always say, and as we always do, and first of all, again, welcome Brian Callahan. Welcome to the Titans, man.
Yes,
Facts.
sir. No paper.